Welcome to Ghana's election desk. In this edition, we focus on the Aswansi constituency and its Member of Parliament, Honorable Mubarak Muntaka. Has he done enough to deserve another term in the House of Legislature after serving for 16 years? Join us as we interact with him about his performance during his tenure, and later follow us as we engage some of his constituents in the Aswansi constituency. My name is Lord Harisi Dwasari. 4 terms in Parliament.
Yeah.
But let me just draw back to 2016. What was your message? How did you manage to keep Aswansi a stronghold of NDC?
Well, let me say that first is by His grace, God's grace. I mean, I'm always thankful to Allah and the people of Aswansi. But one thing they will tell you, I've been very truthful to them. I just don't go making promises. I don't panic because there's some pressure somewhere. I remain natural myself. The way they know me as a small boy growing up, I keep myself same. And I know that my constituency relationship matter to them. So I'll empathize with you when it is necessary. I'll celebrate with you when it is necessary. And when I have to speak my mind and speak against you, I will do. And I remember prior to 2016, there was some development, illegal development on government land that was going on. And people thought because it was, no, that was even 2012, sorry. Because it was close to election, I was going to chicken out. So, oh no, I mean, it's election, they wouldn't do anything. I publicly told them, no, occupying this land illegally. And that time we were part of KMA. I insisted the KMA boss came to do the demolition. He did. They said, well, we'll vote against. I have no problem at all voting against me. I want to be somebody when I'm done with this job and I'm sitting home, my conscience should just be clear. That's most important to me. So the bottom line is I've been very truthful to them. And I don't say, you won't get me to say yes, and then my yes turn later to be no. No. And when I say no, you cannot get it to be yes, simply because of voting. Since I became a member of parliament, one of the major challenges when I became a member of parliament that I noticed was that my people were really then not interested in education. And having been born and bred in the community, and fortunately for me, had virtually the same circumstances about the same circumstances with majority of them. Because, I mean, I was born in a very poor home. My mother was a cocoa seller. I mean, so almost all the challenges of the average Ababo or Aswansi person, I've gone through them. So I really appreciate the challenge. But I noticed if there's one thing that has really, really helped in my massive transformation is education. Myself and my siblings, is the education that we've had. So when I became a member of parliament, my biggest worry was how will I be able to change the mindset of my people so that they will redirect their effort towards educating their children. That was one of my biggest goals. And today, when I look back, and I always tell people, when people talk about, oh, I mean, he's done well, I mean, he's ready to get his roads fixed, they are streetlights, I said, that's not my biggest achievement. My biggest achievement is intangible. You cannot easily touch it. It is getting the mindset of my people changed. And today, every child born in my constituency make an attempt to go to school. One of the major challenges that we have today now is that some finish the SS and they are not able to proceed to SS. Some finish SS, they are not able to proceed to the tertiary, which we keep working on. I mean, I can tell you that when I started, we had a scholarship package where when you are needy and you finish the SS, we try to support you throughout your SS period. Now, when the free SHS came, we shifted to supporting tertiary students since 2016. And we'll keep making the effort. But this is a very densely populated community. Based on the 2010 population census and the extrapolation, it says that the population there is over 400,000. And so this is a very large community. And we are doing the best that I can imagine that schools that came to meet, I mean, obviously, we have many more Makaranta schools that have been turned into Arabic and English schools since the early 90s. Wooden Many of them were, when I came, virtually most of them were wooden. Today, I mean, to the glory of God, and I thank Allah for that kind of consistency and vision. Today, almost all of them are block. I mean, so get decent place to sit to learn. When it is raining, you no longer get my people closing school and run home. So all that, in my view, are my biggest achievement. I want to help. I want to be somebody when I'm done with this job, and I'm sitting home. My conscience should just be clear. That's most important to me.
You heard what Honorable Mohammed Mubarak Muntaka had to say with regards to his performance during his tenure as the Member of Parliament for the Aswanse constituency. We are here at Asokore Mampong, one of several towns under the constituency, to probe further from the constituents about how well or not he performed. We'll also be visiting several other towns to find out more. Do join us.
I would say I'm impressed because they are not in power, so he doesn't have the, let's say, the 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 the, the, the power to do a lot of things that he used to do some years back. And looking, if you compare to the government in power and let's say the MC that's maybe on in the municipality right now, like though he too has been doing some projects and all that, but as compared to what Muntaka did some years back, I would say I'm still satisfied with what Muntaka did. 1 to 100, I'll give him like 80%. Yes.
When you talk of an MP, you should see the needs of the people. But we don't see anything over here as you are talking about, asking me about employment. What job has he created over here? It's still zero. As he came into power, the same thing it is now, as it was before. Maybe he will say his government is not in power, so he can't do much. But that shouldn't be the guarantee. It's time for change. There's a proverb that says in our Akan language, so he's been in power for so long a time, so there must be a change. Fresh hands, fresh brains to move the constituents forward. I would say I will give him 20 or 35%.
Muntaka buy no ejuma obeye ma aswase no mehu a lot. Ebini even me ko ichi kwa school ya ejina menchen kwa Muntaka ne si obuy education side kwa na obobo amanfo nipa bibiri ewo the common fund or the abobo amanfo nipa bibiri ewo education side kwa no ebe edumum so a this is one fan continue. So to me, any share one in Quadia, Mobia or Pewas, once I know say, or more the Muntaka de on the Oboa. Messa to my barman, so one sound in parliament because one any pa made me visit one or boy from 0 to 100, Muntaka, my money 70%.
I had the on yes, she onye bibia wa ha ma me bi ono de ohia sa wo parliament bi ohia sa wo sa akobi ma wo se change ma de ono baba ba ha yi no oba ande mi hu de wa ye bia wa ha no me de anka mama ne zero
oh wa ya de e bi say ehia fo ma omo ka say omo ma enya scholarship enya school a wo boa wo omo ko nti me kura na minim driver ni bi a me fan the car one ka cha me senti ye registration wo kana me so o ne so ya sa de a eye se obi a na nwa kire wo for school de eye na obi ba boa ba ma oba ko school aso onye ne pa boni ni wo bo nti se Muntaka ya sa de ne de Muntaka wa ya de oh mama ne 99 kura wa ya de
o ya de wo Aswanse constituency wa ye bibia mai adeɛ wasi schools yes street kwan so nyinaa wɔyɛ ne kama ama yɛn na yes street kwan nyinaa nyɛ nso wɔyɛ ne nyinaa ama yɛn mɛma ne 99 ɛfisɛ ɔyɛ adeɛ nti mi deɛ anka wɔn nsa nkɔ
yɛn deɛ yɛni nafa ekosi sɛ aha sei na yɛ wɔn ankasa na wa wɔn dɔɔso kyɛn yɛ nti de bi anytime bi a bɛto aba bi a wɔn a na bɛfa nti yɛkora yɛ me afi ma ma adwene pa sɛ mento aba because wokɔto ahu nipa woto ama no nti ehu hia sɛ mɛto ɔfa ne kuromufo yɛ ano yɛ ma wɔn mo ɛna school yɛ amkɔ ho yɛ wa ano yɛ mpuntu dwuma bi a wɔn ana wɔyɛ ma wɔn mo na yɛso de bi a yɛsi yɛwɔ yɛnkɔ bi sɛnea yɛnyina yɛti aha sei dɛ sɛ nka wɔyɛ nipa so wɔyɛ ma party bi ɛwɔ so wɔyɛ ma ni because wɔnwa abɛdi so nti ɛwɔ sɛ nka wɔyɛ ma yɛ nyinaa na sɛ anytime bi a yɛbɛto bia no na akɔdi wɔn afa na wɔyɛ ma na ayifoɔ no nkwa nti de bia no yɛsi a na yɛsi
me so wɔyɛ kwan ɛna wɔyɛ gata me ha ya na mtenti deɛ wɔyɛ wɔ ha na me ho me de bento aba ma no deɛ no kora yɛ wan bento aba ma no sa fe no madwen bɛ sesa deɛ a
wɔaboa yɛ street kwan a main road wɔaboa yɛ fine ɔbaeɛ no wɔasi hɔ ama yɛ ɛna school akrom school so ɛna wɔahwɛ so ama school no a develop akrom school ɛna ɛyi nso middle bi a ababo school post office on ɛhɔ nso ɔno nso na ɛboa yɛ ɛna paako so ɛna bɔɔban street kwan wɔ nyinaa ɔno na bɛyɛ ɛno nti na ɛyɛ a ɛpɛ no asɛm no de bia nso yɛbɛdɔ no 100% yeah
me yen DC ni ba me papa wa ko parliament bushi ablo so ma mu hune bibia wa ha mu hunu hwe wa ha dan street light go assembly man ya to man na da pro baby street light ya mami onye mu hu ayi bia wa ha me de ma awia ta so say me to ma no
Muntaka a menim no wa kurumande de wa ya ma me hunu de say ye fa ekwan a ye nam so free aboabo e bai de ekopem bo ba de kwan nyina Muntaka na ye e na udu academy secondary school a academy school ono so si some hospital e bi o inside ho
hospital school ni
academy inside ho o si health center ho e na enu twemu a okopa akoso je chesa ono so no pesu aso na o mu sisi ho apart from no so no doors do na mintiminka e so sa ko parliament meto ama no meto me because manage ne enoma o ba waye ka meto to ama no the dia met mama be 80%.
See 2016. Yes, which from Mrs. Asif field. 2016 dia meka say tell me say dey hu bibia waye and the before 2016 dia me so no ye asphalt kwan so and street light but 2016 down was there most of the work in there me say MC and the lobby by personally the by by MP development plan most of them the MC performance there honestly no I will not grade him because minimum resources available to him. I know the politics of the country. Minimum the resources available to him. Say man ni nyina na wanya anase or try na enye nti on the mean me fa enkase but the minimum of ground say MC na dey no be say aba
aye bi nipa de so ndi mi nyina kakra wa ene de metimi akase wa aye bi fa yakwai na academy so hospital bi abusisi o ni street lights ya ba free boba janse eko oba onu nyina
Honorable Muntaka wa ye ndwuma bebre e wa asoase Honorable me hu kra roads a wa ye e wo kona bi e wa ababo bia Honorable aye Honorable me nim kra me wo si community center bi wo ababo traffic lights on your right we see post office we see nice building ho mo ye program so mo timi di right inside eye as far as am nim say we see schools e wo ho into honorable why ade honorable
Honorable Mubarak, memman 99%. Honorable, I salute you. Why you Juma pa twaso? Na ye Juma mae.
Okay, so Honorable, I salute you. Some views from constituents of the Aswanse constituency here in the Ashanti region. We have been speaking to constituents to find out what they make of the Member of Parliament, Honorable Mohammed Mubarak Muntaka. It's up to the electors to decide whether he deserves another term or not. Until then, join us when we visit the other constituencies. My name is Lord Harris Udasari.